Good morning. I am the Economy Cupcake. It is July 7th, 2009. The title of my article this morning is Suicide is Not Painless. The housing market in Arizona has attempted suicide from the lack of understanding and attention. President Obama made a trip to Arizona last February to grandly announce the foreclosure prevention program modifications and the new refinance guidelines. If you were underwater, just 5% you could refinance your home. Didn't work. The government, then again last week, went to Las Vegas and again grandly announced their new refinance program that you could now be 125% underwater and then you could refinance your home. What the government is doing is just a pat on the head. What we need is a full-blown intervention. Property values in Arizona and other states have decreased on an average of $5,000 per month since the bank meltdown last summer. Just when it seemed that the housing market was taking a turn for the better, the financial world collapsed and the already steep decline in housing prices accelerated. People are fleeing their homes, leaving neighborhoods with an ocean of foreclosure signs because the American dream is now worth several $100,000 less than they originally paid. You read it right, or heard it right. One of my clients, a firefighter in Scottsdale, cannot get anyone to talk to him about modifying his loan because there's no hardship. He purchased his home for $250,000 and now it's worth $90,000. Explain to this young man why he should stay in his home if nobody's listening. Homes in the Verrado subdivision in Buckeye, Arizona, sold for $500,000 or more in 2006 can be purchased for less than $200,000. Homes in some neighborhoods can be picked up for $50,000, devastating property values for the good homeowners that continue to make their payments. One of my colleagues purchased his dream home in 2006 for $680,000. And after several years of making a healthy six-figure income, his income was slashed. He financed his home through GMAC and he turned to GMAC for help when his income deteriorated. His home is now worth $350,000, but that didn't matter to him. He still wanted to keep his house. He would have put additional principal on the back. He would have taken, all he needed was a lesser payment to get him through his own personal financial crisis. He was willing to pay the full amount. Did GMAC do anything to help him? No. The jumbo loan couldn't help him. Do you know that this particular person went through his 401k, all of his home equity, just to keep the house? Finally, he gave up and let it go into foreclosure. And this guy had never missed a house payment in his entire life. Oh, and by the way, they only said they would talk to him about modification after he missed his payments. And then even after he trashed his credit, they wouldn't talk to him. There was even no sorry, nothing. There was no options given to him. Is our government so hobbled by the banks that they cannot mandate the investors that are holding these loans to help the homeowners? By the way, you can't purchase a Countrywide or Bank of America foreclosure unless the client is pre-approved by a Countrywide or Bank of America loan officer. Now, in what world does that make sense? One of the major facilitators of this crisis is now in control of who can now buy the home? Does anyone see the logic in allowing today's architects to have control of our modifications, of our refinances? The modification refinance programs would have been a great option in, say, 2007. It's 2 years too late. If the government wants to stop the flow of foreclosures, they better consider a major intervention, or it'll take decades to resuscitate the lifeline of our economy, the housing market. Thank you.